And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Alpha, sit hot. Sit hot.
They're going to try and throw.
It's
to go for it, predictably, at least
downs.
somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And they'll get
Rodgers
this down to the 10.
Complete to number 4, DK Metcalf. 1st and goal, Pittsburgh.
Rodgers throwing quickly out wide.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown,
4
Pittsburgh.
touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from going up by 30.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught.
Conversion is
not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get
Steelers
it.
31.
And extend this lead out
Ravens
even further.
nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off
Boswell
for
now
Pittsburgh.
to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk
Ravens
of the
take
20.
over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now, the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play. Multiple plays that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
180. Ready, shot.
Throwing is Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
For Isaiah Likely.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner,
He was
these
defended by
incompletions that
Jalen
we're seeing,
Ramsey.
they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
180.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 53 yards.
First down.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big play.
180. Ready, shot. Sit hot.
To throw again is Jackson. And he takes a
Jackson's
shot on the
pass,
release as this will be
intended
incomplete.
For Zay Flowers.
A misconnection
Incomplete.
there. He's hit on just 50% of his
second
passes
and
thus
10.
far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Sit hot. Whatever. Sit hot.
Here's Jackson to throw. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle.
Jackson's pass.
So 8 yards on the completion
to
there.
Zay Flowers.
And that'll leave him with a third and
It's
just
a gain
yard.
of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Whatever. Sit hot. Sit hot.
And Jackson throwing once more. And that is incomplete.
Jackson's pass.
What an
intended
excellent
for
defensive stand there in the red zone.
Incomplete.
Nice tight coverage. They certainly
Results in a
recognized how
4th
important it
down.
was to bring up 4th down here.
They'll go for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete.
Jackson's
They cannot
pass,
convert,
intended
and
for
they turn
Zay
it over.
Flowers. Incomplete.
The Ravens go for it. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
No. 258. Get 300. Get 300. 300.
Now Rodgers going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into the
Rodgers'
end
pass
zone.
complete
Touchdown,
to DK Metcalf.
Pittsburgh.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
DK Metcalf, 82 yards. And the Steelers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Boswell for the extra point.
For the point after.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
The conversion is no good on the fake extra point.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Chris Boswell to kick off for
Boswell on
Pittsburgh.
now to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
It's a gain of
If you
11.
get any type of points on the board,
That's
it'll count
good
as a
for a
moral victory, although
Baltimore
no one will talk
first
about that in the
down.
post-game press conference. That's not
and
something
10
you
at the
mentioned in the
33-yard
NFL.
line.
And this loss, it already stings
Alpha,
and will
sit
for a
hot.
while,
180.
but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot
Finish up.
worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Sit hot.
Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Sit hot.
Now Jackson. Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Jackson's pass.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10.
Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Back north. Blue 58. Check 30. 319.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Got his man, it's caught
pass
for a Steelers touchdown.
DK Metcalf. Touchdown,
DK
Pittsburgh.
Metcalf, 31 yards. And the Steelers add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and run it here.
I know we can sit up here
no good.
and dance around it a little bit.
Score, Steelers 43.
But going for 2 in this
Ravens
situation,
nothing.
Somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you...
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
That's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And taken down just past the 20
the
at about
Ravens
the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
DC ready.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason. And his pass is intercepted for
Jackson's
the 4th time today.
Intercepted by the
Miles
Steelers.
Killebrew with a pick.
He'll take over
Yet
first
another
and
mistake
10
after the interception there. And guys, you look
line.
up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Blue 58. Say Mike. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. 399.
Here's Rodgers. And this will be caught. And the carnage
Rodgers
continues.
pass,
It's another touchdown. So that is going to tie an NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in one game. It was first done by Sid Luckman of the Bears in 1943, then by Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 54, and now that mark equaled here in this one. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Go to 50. Say Mike. 399.
Rodgers will throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
The score, Steelers 49, Ravens nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Well, now how about this return? And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
180.
It's been a tough go for them. Still without any points here in the fourth quarter. in a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Get hot! 180!
Jackson now. And that is incomplete.
Intended
That's
for
coverage
Zay
you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game
Brings
like
up
this.
Third down
They are not
and
letting up.
10.
The offense on third down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Sit hot! 180! Sit hot!
Inside handoff, Henry.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line.
He's
and
brought
that
down
is
at
not
the
near enough.
42-yard line.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
319, go to 50.
Rodgers throwing here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Rodgers pass.
It'll go down as a gain of 6.
Warren.
And it'll be 2nd down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Ravens' 35-yard line.
That's to the veteran. It's Robert
Rodgers
Woods.
Pass.
And brought down,
Robert
but
Woods.
not before they're inside the 25.
A gain of 12. First down.
12 yards that
Pittsburgh.
time, and a Pittsburgh first.
Hey, take 26.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Rodgers pass.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. The Charles are still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time. I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Rodgers to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
Rodgers looking to throw. And give him another
Rodgers
6.
pass,
It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And that last one, a bit of history. He has now broken the NFL record for most receiving touchdowns in a single game. Extra point now by Boswell.
For the point after.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Steelers 56, Ravens nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for
Boswell
Pittsburgh.
now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no
take
further.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
180. 180.
Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws
Jackson's
there,
pass,
incomplete.
Intended for DeAndre
Tell you
Hopkins.
what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
180.
They go play action with Jackson. And he'll be hit
Jackson's
as he
pass,
releases it,
intended
and that'll
for
fall
Mark Andrews.
incomplete.
Incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few
was
times in this
defended by
game.
Jalen
Offensive line
Ramsey.
unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception.
Jackson's pass.
Picked up
Intercepted
by
the
one
Steelers.
Thornhill. And
They'll
the
take over
Steelers will
1st
have the
and
football
10
as this
at
is
their own
taken up past the
31-yard
30.
line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
26.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. That one looks like he'll throw here. That went down the field for Freiermuth. And that's caught inside the 35.
Pass. Complete.
Now the Steelers use their first of their 3 timeouts.
A gain of 36 yards.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining.
Down,
we'll be back
Steelers.
after this.
Blue 58. Hey, check 26. Blue 58.
Rodgers going to throw. Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick.
Over first
a little
and
something
10
to hang their hat on, I guess.
21-yard
Okay,
line.
so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And that is incomplete.
Jackson's
7 seconds
pass,
remaining.
intended for Zay
Certainly
Flowers.
looked like someone was very
Incomplete.
confident in his ability to fit
He
that
was
one
defended
in.
by Jalen
I would say he was
Ramsey.
overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
180. Tonight.
Jackson. And he drops it
Jackson's pass,
incomplete. And
intended
their
for
struggles
Zay
continue
Flowers.
here.
Incomplete.
We've talked about it,
Brings up
CD,
a
but it
third
bears
down
repeating.
and
They are
10
struggling to
yards
throw
to
the
go.
football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like it.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
In between the cities of Dallas and Fort Worth, it's Arlington, Texas, host to the grand mecca of football, AT&T Stadium, the home of the Cowboys. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive.
Yeah!
Drive begins with a run by Williams. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Williams.
That's a gain of 19.
A gain of
and
19
a very
yards.
quick first down.
That's good.
And
for
this
a
run game certainly
Cowboys
didn't waste any
first
time
down.
getting settled in. Nice job by the
First and
offensive
10
line.
at the 40-yard
displacing
line.
defenders at the point of attack and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Yeah, here we go. I said wide eight. Here we go, going to 54, wide eight. Wide eight, take.
They'll go again with Williams.
Javonte
this time the sledding
Williams, the
becomes
ball
a little more
carrier.
difficult. They're going to
He
stop
was
him
taken
right
down
at
behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard.
These negative
Brings
runs,
up
they just
second
make
down
everything for the
at
play
the
caller
Steelers'
that much more
40-yard
difficult,
line.
Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning 1st and 2nd down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in 3rd and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
2nd and 10.
Yeah, here we go. I take wide eight. Wide eight, take.
Here's Dak to throw. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play.
Prescott's pass.
Picked off by
intercepted
Patrick
by
Queen.
the Steelers.
So anytime
They'll
a
take
team
over
suffers an
1st
early
and
setback
10
like that
at their
interception,
own
human
32-yard
instinct says,
line.
Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Then quickly to Fryermuth on the RPO.
Rogers pass.
And
Complete
he'll be out
to
of bounds.
Pat
A pickup,
Fryermuth.
though, of 6.
Out of bounds at the
The
38-yard
timing
line.
of these RPO
It's a pickup
concepts,
of
that's
6.
the entire key.
Brings
Remember,
up
Mike, in
2nd
the
and
college game, they
4.
get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
And they will finally run him down.
Rogers pass.
A
Complete
big-time
to
play
Pat
for Pittsburgh.
Fryermuth.
It's a gain,
A gain
of
of 34 yards.
Well, they've
And
come
the
out swinging
Steeler
here on this
first
opening
down.
drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
1st and 10.
319.
Here's Rogers. Here's a screen set up for Warren. Good
Rogers
hustle by
pass.
the defense. They beat the
Complete
offensive
to
lineman to the
Jalen
blocks
Warren.
there. No gain
A
on that
loss
screen
of a
pass.
yard. Brings up
We
second
call them
down
safeties because
at
they're
the
usually the last
28-yard
line of
line.
defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
That's caught right side. It's Fryermuth. And they're going to
Rogers
get this
pass.
all the way down
Complete
inside
to
the
Pat
5.
Fryermuth. First
That's catch
and goal
3
at the
just on this
4-yard
drive.
line.
And it gets his team a first down. Warren, and he's going to go backwards.
Jalen Warren,
taken
the
down
ball carrier.
at the 6.
Micah Parsons on the
Task
tackle.
a bit tougher as
A
they
loss
face
of 2
second and
brings
goal.
up second and goal at the Cowboys'
He's got it at the
6-yard
3.
line.
To the goal line
Rogers
and
pass
in.
complete to
Pat
Pat
Fryermuth.
Fryermuth.
Touchdown,
Pittsburgh.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown.
Chris
That was just a
Boswell on for the
textbook
point
example of one guy taking over the game.
The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. Two-point try coming up. Rodgers and the offense all set.
The Steelers will line up for the
On
two-point
the
conversion.
zone read, he'll keep it himself.
The two-point
And he will
conversion is
take it in
successful
and tack
makes
on
the score
the 2
Steelers
points to
8,
make it 8
Cowboys
to nothing.
nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Cavante Turpin on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the
Devontae
25-yard
Turpin
line.
on the return.
That's where the offense
The
will
Cowboys
take over.
first and 10.
So here's a first
at
and
their
10
own
now.
24-yard
They'll start
line.
from the 24.
Yeah! Here we go! Wide 80! Wide 80!
Play fake. Prescott. He'll find his tight end. That's Jake
Prescott
Ferguson.
pass.
And
Complete
he's
to
brought
Jake
down
Ferguson.
after a gain of
A
6
6-yard
on first
pickup
down.
brings up second down.
There's no more
at the
efficient play
31-yard
in
line.
the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
And they'll be set up now. Up past
Javonte
the 40 with that one.
Williams. It's a gain of 11.
1 quarter in the books.
And the Cowboys
It's the Steelers
first down.
with the early lead. We're
First
back
and
to
10 at
Arlington
the 42-yard
in a moment.
line.
On to the second quarter. Cowboys possess the football as they've got it with first and 10.
Yeah, here we go! Wide 80!
Now the first carry for Miles Sanders. And he finds
Miles
some space
Sanders, the
tackled
ball
after
carrier.
a gain of 7
He was
on
taken
first
down at the 50-yard line.
Ball
It's a gain
right
of 7.
on the 50-yard
Brings
line.
up second
Here's
and 3.
second and 3.
Wide 80! Here we go, go to 54, go to 54, wide 80! Wide 80!
Now this looks like a design run.
They went to the design
Prescott
quarterback
on the
run, and there
keeper.
just wasn't a lot of
Brought
space
down
for the
at the
quarterback to
48-yard
operate.
line.
You can see him kind of
Brings up
waiting for some of the
third
blocks
down.
to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short gain.
Hey, here we go. Wide 80!
They'll try and run here with Sanders. And he will work this
Miles
down to the
Sanders.
43-yard line, and that is
A
enough
5-yard
for a
gain
first
on
down.
the play. That's
I know it's
good
early
for
in
a
this game, but
Cowboys
in my
first
mind, that's
down.
4-down territory, and
First
certainly
and
now the
10
coach
at the
doesn't have to make
43-yard
that decision.
line.
He keeps it
Here
on
we
the
go,
ground on
wide
3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
They'll run the draw with Sanders. Able to make
Sanders
one
again,
man
the
miss,
ball
but
carrier.
that's all. They
Brought
get
down
him.
behind
Take
the
him
line
down
of scrimmage.
behind the line.